I want to get your take, first of all, with not only Goldman Sachs' own share price at a record high, but you've got Apple's once again. I want to get your sense on whether, as an internet guru and looker-on, are we in a bubble? Is this back to 1999?
Sure. No, I think you look at where valuations are right now, and these are very, very different companies, right? Amazon's generating billions of dollars in operating cash flow. Many of the internet companies that are public right now are trading well below the valuations that you've seen historically for the internet sector as a whole. There are certainly some spots within largely the private internet space where you've got valuations that have some of those same characteristics that you've seen, but even that over the last year has really come off in a way that doesn't look anything like a bubble, certainly nothing like what we saw in '99.
Let's dig into some of the names that you cover, not only the PayPals, the eBays, but let's focus in on Amazon for a moment, because we have seen this company perhaps disappoint when we're looking to first quarter forecasts. The investment story is still very much there. Is Amazon investing in the right areas for longer term growth?
Sure. I think if you look at two of the biggest trends that we have within technology, the shift of retail dollars online from traditional retail, look at what that's doing to traditional retail, and then cloud computing, which is easily one of the biggest stories in technology right now. Amazon's exposed to both of those. And so the investments that they're making, the money that they're spending on that, we think it's money well spent. And if you look back historically, Amazon generates one of the highest cash returns on cash invested of any company in the S&P. And so when a company like that, with that kind of track record, is investing money, that's a good thing.
I hear you're the man to talk about AI with. Talk to me about it. How is this going to change everything? Because it seems as though Amazon has led the charge, particularly when it's coming into our homes. Alexa really dominated the space when it came to CES.
Sure. I think what Amazon's doing there, the investments that they're making in AI, what Google's doing and the investments that they've made in AI, we're first pitch, first inning in terms of where we are in this investment cycle that we're in, or in this technology investing. But as Baidu has said, AI is sort of the next electricity. It's going to make everything better. It's going to make everything more productive. It's going to run through everything from something like Alexa to the cars that you're using, to the maps that you use, to the way that risk is priced by credit card companies, the way that farmers are planting, the way that factories are run, and ultimately we think that has the potential to kick off another wave of productivity, tech-driven productivity, that we haven't seen really in the last 15 years.
Can you put a number to how much this could affect GDP? How much this could affect
we've estimated that there's over $500 billion in impact to the economy from AI over the next 10 years.
One last question, sadly, but I've got to get you on Netflix, your views on that company that you analyze.
Sure.
This is an M&A target, do you think, or is this a company that is standalone and continue to grow, and at what sort of pace?
It's a potential target. I don't think it's a company that wants to be sold. I think they see their opportunity as being bigger as an independent. And when you think about how incredibly disruptive they have been to all of media, for them to go and then become part of a media company or part of a bigger technology platform, it feels like that's missing out on the payoff of this investment that they've been through. It's not like the company hasn't done incredibly well, but when you think about the scale of this global media coverage that they've built, this content environment that they've built, I don't think we've seen nearly the payoff on that yet that we're going to.
Payoff, but there are some risks. What about regulatory risks? We know that net neutrality is something that has been potentially looked at, particularly the new head of the FCC not too pleased.
Sure. They went through that in pretty detailed ways prior to the Title II net neutrality implementation that you saw. They struck deals with Verizon, they struck deals with Comcast and with AT&T that at least addressed what ultimately net neutrality ended up addressing for them. It meant slightly higher costs, but it ultimately didn't have enough of an impact on their financials to really matter to anyone. For Netflix, the big cost is content. Distribution's a much smaller piece.